Hey everyone, it's Leisha Chamberlain, and for those of you who maybe don't know me as well, I am a stay-at-home, work-at-home wife and mom to a 1-year-old little girl. And I'll be completely honest, sharing my story in this capacity is way outside of my comfort zone. So I just ask that you give me a little bit of grace, and I will try to do the same with myself, because honestly, I just want to communicate to you how impactful this opportunity has been on my life and how I know it can do the same for you. I also want to answer some of your questions. So essentially how we're going to do this is I'm going to talk through my story, share a little bit of the experience that I have had as a coach, and then I'll wrap up with a few answers to some of the common questions that most people have about this opportunity. So I can't really express completely this opportunity, this coaching opportunity, unless I start from the very beginning and share my story and where I came from and how I found Beachbody. So if you are not someone who has followed along with me for very long, you don't know my background. But I'm one of those women who has honestly struggled with my weight my entire life. I was always a heavy-set child, and so much so that when I was in middle school and in my adolescence, I developed some pretty extensive eating disorders. I never was clinically diagnosed, but I definitely had disordered eating, so much so that my family intervened at that point and helped me create a plan to move forward from that. I was able to successfully do that at that point, but when you've had an experience like disordered eating, then it's something that you never really recover from. You continue to deal with it the rest of your life. So let's fast forward a few years, and I got pregnant with my daughter. That was such a huge blessing, something that I was so excited about, but something that also triggered those same emotions from my adolescence in my mind. I started struggling with those same issues of self-image, and I was afraid to gain any weight during my pregnancy because I knew after I had the baby that I was then going to have to work to get that off. But I knew, even knew then that all of that was healthy, that I needed to gain weight to have a healthy pregnancy. But it was just that mindset that I was struggling with. So when I had my little one and had decided to breastfeed, I wanted to start making some healthy habits and start taking control of my health, start taking control of my eating, and starting to lose that baby weight that I was so afraid of. But instead of doing it in that self-sabotaging and honestly detrimental way that I was so used to from when I was younger, I wanted something that was healthy. I wanted to actually learn how to do it the right way so that I then could pass that on to my daughter, so that she wouldn't have to struggle with those self-image issues that I did, and that I could help her start building healthy habits even as a wee little one like she is right now, so that she would have those ingrained in her, and then as an adolescent, as an adult, she would have control over her health. So I started doing my research, and I found the 21-day fix. And I automatically felt like it was a great fit for me because it gave me that structure that I craved, that would show me exactly what I needed to do to see progress and to lose weight. And it really, for someone who struggled with that disordered eating, with cutting my portions so much, and with over-exercising, this program that so specifically laid out what I needed to do was gold. It was amazing. So I talked to my husband, and he honestly was the one who first purchased the 21-day fix for me. And I always put that disclaimer out there. It was out of love and out of him knowing that it was something that was going to help me. It wasn't like he was pushing it at me and saying, "Here, babe, you need to lose weight." It wasn't that at all. It was he was doing something that for me that I knew I wasn't going to do for myself, or that he knew I wasn't going to do for myself. So I was excited to jump in and get started, and I did. And honestly, when I started, I was doing it on my own, but I was following along with my coach. And she was a woman who was a nursing mom too. She was breastfeeding a little one and still following the 21-day fix and having amazing results. And I knew in the back of my mind, I kept seeing her posting about this coaching opportunity, but I wasn't really on board with it then. I had always done things on my own and always felt like, I could do it on my own. I didn't need anybody else's help. But it got to where I really had been successful with the 21-day fix. I was able to, through 3 rounds of the 21-day fix, I lost all of my baby weight and then some. So it was nearly a 40-pound loss with the 21-day fix. And I honestly still was doing it on my own, but I knew if I had that type of change myself, that I needed to share it with other women. If someone who had struggled so much with doing things the wrong way could learn how to do it the right way with this program that was, so easy to follow, really, I knew I had to share that. And so I went back to stalking my coach. I followed all of her posts, and I started doing a little bit of research on my own. And then I finally reached out to my coach, and I asked her a ton of questions. I said, hey, I have done the 21-day fix, and I've had amazing results, and I want to be able to share this gift with others. Can you tell me more about coaching? So we sat down and had a conversation, and through it, she answered all of my questions so graciously and so thoughtfully. And through that conversation, I discovered that this opportunity really opened up 3 doors for me. It gave me the opportunity to, 1, help others, something that I already felt called to do, and was different than any of the other MLMs or direct selling opportunities that I had seen in the past. It also, the second thing, gave me an opportunity to be a part of something. You remember I shared that I was following along, and I kept seeing and hearing in the back of my head that my coach, was sharing about this community that she was part of, that she was plugged in with these other women, and she shared about the trips that she was getting to go on and things like that. And so I, as a new mom who was staying at home, who was feeling slightly disconnected and isolated, being part of something was really attractive to me. So that was the second thing. And then the third thing was, obviously, it gave me the opportunity to earn an income and to help ease some of the finances in my family. So I want to go into a little more depth in how each of those things have played out for me and how I know that they can play out for you too. So as far as helping others and comparing this potentially to other opportunities, I honestly was someone who had gotten involved in another direct selling company at another point in time. And while I enjoyed it, I never was very successful with it. And I think it was because I really am not a salesperson at all. That was just not my style. I was not good at it. And after a few months, I think I did it maybe 6 months, I decided it wasn't for me and I quit. But the coaching opportunity was about sharing my journey more than selling anything to anyone. I just share every day what works for me, and then, if somebody reaches out to me, then I can help them get plugged into the tools and resources that they need. So I didn't have to worry so much about selling. It was just sharing those things that were working for me. I also love that I have the opportunity to run free groups and offer tips daily. I encourage all of my coaches to really add value to the people who are following them. And that's one of the greatest ways that you can attract people to you and get them to trust you, honestly, by giving away as much as you can. One of my favorite personal development books is The Go-Giver. If you haven't read that one, I highly recommend it. But it's just that concept of the more that we give, the more that we open ourselves up to receive too. And that may sound kind of selfish, but it's not, for one. And it really is just about caring and loving on other people. And then finally, obviously one of the biggest ways that I can help people is by inviting them to join my challenge groups. And again, in those conversations, when I'm talking to people about getting plugged into the challenges, I am just sharing what has worked for me and how I can help them reach their goals too. So you can see this opportunity isn't at all about selling. You do not have to be a salesperson to be a coach. You just have to have a passion for helping others and take the opportunity that you have to share your journey and encourage others. So I also mentioned that coaching gave me the opportunity to be a part of something. I told you, I was a brand new mom. Honestly, I was working from home, but what I was doing, some editing and writing online, really didn't give me any outside connections. And so I was feeling extremely isolated and honestly lonely. And the coaching opportunity gave me that opportunity to be a part of a community, to get plugged into something that was so much bigger than me that I hardly can even fathom it, even now. So a few of those ways that we can get plugged in to the community and that we never have to feel alone as coaches and as a part of this community is we have challenge groups. And if you have not been a part of a challenge group, that's where I always encourage coaches to start, because you need to have the experience of being a challenger yourself to be able to extend that to someone else. So the challenges are a great way to start learning what this community is all about and just to feel supported, to have that accountability in your own journey. Another thing that we do as coaches is we run coaching and team calls where we literally either weekly or monthly get plugged in with other coaches. And I had a call just this morning where I was talking to a coach on my team who is from the West Coast. And if you are not aware, I'm on the East Coast. So this is an individual who I never would have had the opportunity to connect with had it not been for coaching. So you can just see how those calls give us the opportunity to be connected with people that are far away from us that we would never have the opportunity to connect with. So that is something that, especially as a mom, someone who is sometimes isolated, sometimes feels a little lonely, that gives me a great opportunity to feel connected to other women and just to share my journey with others. And that was huge for me. Another opportunity that we have in our community is to participate in things like coach training, apprenticeship programs. Those are all things that I offer for my new coaches. And it's just a way to show you that even as a brand new coach, you are not alone in this journey. You'll never have to do any of it on your own. You'll always be plugged into support and encouragement and have people to ask your questions to and to get answers from. That for me was another way that this coaching opportunity was different than some of the other things that I had experienced before, because it is not about doing it on your own. Yes, you are the one who has to do the work in your business, but you will not be alone in your pursuit. I provide tons of resources. I hop on calls with you. I can do everything that I can to help you feel supported and be successful in your business. So that was an awesome piece of the community to me. And then finally, we have Facebook groups that we also support one another in. So you'd be plugged in as a new coach into our team page, our upline team page, and I honestly, yes, those are pages to get coaching support and encouragement, but they're honestly just for life support and accountability. I reached out to our upline earlier this week because a mom had asked me a question, just a life question, and I didn't have the answer. And I knew that if I turned to my coaching community, that I would be able to get some support for that other mom. And that was just amazing to me as a coach. And then it also was really encouraging to this mama that I was talking to, that there were so many other women who were willing to help her, who were willing to literally, wrap their arms around her and remind her, you're not alone in this. And I can't stress enough how important that is as moms and as women, that we have that level of support. Another way that we get together and have fun as coaches is we have some different events throughout the year. Summit is one of the biggest Beachbody events of the year and something that I highly recommend all of my coaches to go to. It's a great way to get a lot of training, and it also is an opportunity to get connected with our team and just to learn new things. It, for me, was a turning point in my business last year because it just really gave me a feel for not only the community as a whole, but also for the way that the opportunity leads from the front. It really is, even from the very tippy top, the CEO, all the way down to the baby coaches that have just started. Everyone is in this opportunity because they want to help people, they want to encourage people, and they want to just to help others change their lives and live happier, healthier, more fulfilling lives. And it was just awesome to see that trickle down from the top. So Summit is a great way to do that. We periodically have team events, and then there's the Success Club trip, some of those other opportunities that you get the chance to earn. So that, in a nutshell, is the community aspect of this opportunity. And finally, the coaching opportunity obviously does give you an opportunity to earn an income. That was something that was attractive to me. Like I said, I was already working from home, but the work that I was doing, writing and editing, was not something that I had a lot of control over, is not something that has a lot of purpose, and is not necessarily something with a lot of growth opportunity. Coaching and building your business, though, has infinite purpose and exponential opportunity for growth, because literally you can build your business as big as you want it to be. Honestly, you could sign up today and you, within a few months, could start out earning me, depending on how much work and how much effort you put into your business. That's another awesome aspect of this opportunity, is that you are only limited by your own drive and your own willingness to work your business. I also loved that this opportunity really fit into my day. It gives me the opportunity to be connected with other women and to earn that income that I'm looking for without, one, leaving my baby, and two, without sacrificing anything for her. I teach my coaches how to run a power hour. So we have a list of basic activities that you need to do every day that you literally can get done within 1 hour. So if you do those basic activities, you'll start growing your business, and that's really all it takes to be successful. Now, as your business gets bigger, you're obviously going to take a little more time, but from the very beginning, if you implement that power hour, that strategy, then you will start seeing growth in your business. So it's not something that takes an infinite number of hours to get started. 1 hour a day and you will start to be successful. So a question that I often get and that I had as a brand new coach was, okay, so I know that this gives me the opportunity to earn money, but how does that work? How do I earn? There are 3 basic ways that you earn. One is through commission. So anyone who signs up with a challenge pack, who purchases a program, who just gets Shakeology, you get commission for all of those. You get 25% commission. But from that, you can then you can earn from residual income too. And that's one way that you start building up that exponential growth. So say someone signs up with you your first month as a coach, they are on Shakeology, and then the next month they continue their order of Shakeology, you then get residual income off of that person. So you can see that it really has the opportunity to grow. Say you sign up 3 people your first month, and all of those people want to join your second challenge group. They would need their Shakeology that second month. So not only are you going to have those 3 Shakeology orders, but then you're going to sign up, let's say maybe you get 4 new people your second month. So you'd have that income from your first 3 people, as well as the income from your next 4 people. And then it just keeps growing like that from month to month. So you can see how the growth opportunity is really there. And then finally, another way that you can start earning as you start advancing as rank is team cycle bonuses. And this is one of my favorite things to explain to people because it's essentially free money. Once you get to the rank of Emerald, which is having 2 coaches under you, then you start bonusing based on your volume. And that conversation is a little more complicated than I want to get into in this video itself. But like I said, it's essentially free money because you have people signed up under you and you're getting some volume built up in your account. So that is essentially what attracted me to the coaching opportunity. I wanted that opportunity to be able to help others, to be a part of something greater, and to earn an income. And I shared a few of the ways that you can do that too as we were talking through my story. So let's go through a few of those questions that people often have when they're considering this opportunity. One of the ones that I hear the absolute most is, well, can I be a coach if I don't have a transformation story yet, if I'm not to my goal weight yet? The answer is absolutely yes. Yes, you can. And I've honestly found that those people who start their journey and share their journey with others as they go through it are the coaches who people relate to the best. Because if you wait until you are at your ideal weight and you are finished with your journey, which that never really happens. We're all a work in progress. But it makes you seem like this ideal that people can't really connect to as well. However, if you are in the midst of your journey, if you're in the midst of the struggle, then you can share that with other people, and they're going to see your authenticity and they're going to trust you and know that you're doing this with them. So you absolutely can be a coach if you're not quite to your ideal weight yet, or if you don't have that transformation story that you're looking for. So another question that I get pretty frequently is, well, I'm an introvert. Can I be a coach? Right here is proof. I will be the first to tell you I am an introvert. I get hives when I get invited to big events with lots of people. I'm the person who likes to stay in the back of the room, and not that I don't enjoy socializing with others, I totally do, but I'm one of those people who craves real deep connections rather than being the life of the party. And this is the perfect opportunity for that because one, our whole business is based on building those relationships and getting deep with people and digging in and working through the hard stuff. But two, it's all done, or mostly done, through social media. So if I'm having a day where I'm feeling burnt out and where I just don't have a lot to give because I have put myself out there so much, I can pull back a little bit, I can disconnect from social media, and I can take a break. So this is the perfect opportunity to be an introvert, but to still be able to build a business and be successful. Another thing that I get asked a lot is, well, I don't have a very big network. I'm not huge on social media. Can I be a coach? And my answer is yes. Some of the top coaches in the company started with less than 100 friends on their friends list. You do not have to have a huge network to get started. Honestly, when I start with my coaches, my suggestion to them always is to create a list of 50 to 100 of their closest family and friends, because your family and friends already trust you. They already have a relationship with you. So you can help them get plugged in, and in that time that you're helping those people, your warm market that you already know, you can start building your network. And I will show you how to build your network, and I'll provide you with resources and tips and point you in the right direction to help you learn how to become more savvy on social media. And finally, one of the last questions I get, well, are there any requirements to be a coach? I've been a part of or looked into other opportunities like this, and I just wasn't sure that I could meet the requirements. The great thing with Beachbody is there aren't any requirements. You can sign up as a coach and never sell a thing, and you'll never be penalized. Your account is never canceled if you are not selling. There's no volume requirement or anything. So that, to me, again, was something that was pretty attractive, because I was worried, like most people are, that I would start this and not be successful, and I didn't want that to reflect negatively on me. And so being that there aren't any requirements with this opportunity, that was a huge relief in my opinion. So I hope that this has given you a better understanding of what the coaching opportunity is. I hope that it also gave you some answers to those questions that you may have had in the back of your mind, and that you were maybe even a little afraid to ask. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this, to participate with me, and to just consider this opportunity. It's something that I am so passionate about, that has changed my life and given me such a great opportunity to connect with other women and to be a part of something greater than myself. So what are the next steps if you're interested in further pursuing this opportunity? Well, you can always comment below and I'll be in touch, or just shoot me a message and let me know what questions you still have, or that you're ready to go ahead with this opportunity. I like to get my coaches plugged into training and my apprenticeship program right away, so that you can hit the ground running and be successful right from the start. So we can also chat about what that looks like. But whatever you decide, if this opportunity is or is not for you, I hope that you still take the time every day to honor your health. Have a great night, guys.